realize what just happened.
Well, I know. I've been having a very good time, and there wasn't even a man in the room.
Do you think it was just a fluke, or do you think we could learn to like each other? Well, I think it might take time, but I think it could be worth it.
Let's give it a shot.
Please, I'm game.
Resuscitating equipment.
In other words, Rose, hang up the skates.
Oh, Sophia. Bigfoot, thank you. I mean, you're terrific. You made me realize you don't have to please like it right now, but you did the right thing by telling Dorothy about Elliot.
What about Elliot? He made a pass at me. While he's seeing my Dorothy?
Yes.
I can't believe it. My daughter is finally dating a doctor. He turns out to be a scuzzbucket. Why does everything happen to me?
We expect you each to cough up $2,500 in 30 days.
Well, what if we can't?
We'll just have to put a lien on your bank accounts, your property, and your salaries. And if that doesn't work, we'll just have to incarcerate you.
Oh, my God. We're going to jail.
St. Olaf has been using moose ever since I can remember. Of course, it's his own professional secret which part of the moose he uses. But it'll keep your hair in place in winds up to 130 miles an hour.
I just don't believe you, Rose.
They're talking about us, and it bothers me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. I mean, how big a man is shouldn't make or break a relationship.
Not a word, Blanche. Rose, you're involved in a...
He tries to stand up.
Gee, it's a shame that he has to go back to Sicily so soon. It would have been nice if the two of you had more time together.
I'm glad you said that because he wants me to go back with him.
What?
Not for good, just for the San Gennaro Festival. That's where we met. So this was all a mockery, a sham. No crimes were committed at all. What a load of fun. Pussycat, help me carry my purse to the car.
And I remember I said, well, couldn't this wait just a minute? I'm reading to the blind.
That's enough, Rose.
Oh, but it's so golden.
Let it go. Come on, let it go. Let it go, you loser! Thank you, Rose. Now.
And so Dorothy Parker turned to Alexander Wolcott and said, if you laid all the women in this room end to end, I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Probably with that tramp if he didn't sleep with her.
Now, come on. Blanche may be a little loose, but she's not a tramp.
Okay, here they are, the names of all the men I have dated since my husband died.
What do you know? The tramp keeps records.
Dorothy, most of the men in these pages just fantasized out there and do it.
Did you know that my sister Lily still holds the record at our high school for the 100-yard dash? She served 3 terms on the city council, and she was the first woman in St. Olaf's to ever have a pilot's license.
Oh, really? Well, we have something in common, Lily. I was the first woman in my hometown ever to have a pilot.
Piano, and he'd play Christmas carols, and the children would sing along, and then Mother'd bring in some homemade eggnog and snickerdoodles. And then we'd decorate the tree. And after Daddy had hung the star at the very top of the tree, we'd all join hands and pray.
And his socks, I never saw him again.
Your father didn't even take off his pants.
Ma!
What about you, Dorothy? Who was the first after Stan?
The divorce lawyer.
How did you know?
It's always the divorce lawyer.
Mr. LeBass, I want to thank you for coming on such short notice.
You're lucky I came at all. I got a horrible cold. I was so dizzy this morning, I lost my balance getting out of bed. I guess my equilibrium's shot.
Well, I'm sure you'll feel better once you're up on the roof.
Yeah, well, I
But maybe, possibly, I've managed to teach them a little something. Now, doing stand-up was like having sex with Stan. I was nervous before it, felt pretty good during it, and I'm absolutely thrilled that I will never have to do it again.
Dorothy, do you feel like talking?
Oh, honey, if it can wait until morning, I'd really appreciate it. I'm exhausted.
Sure, I am too. Let's just get some sleep. As I can, and I'll bet by the time I'm through, she'll be as anxious to save that tree as we are. Hello, Miss Claxton. This is Rose Nyland. How are you? Well, I've never sat on one before, but wouldn't that be
painful? Don't listen to her, Blanche.
You grow a beard, Dorothy. Believe me, I woke up one morning, I looked like Arafat.
Oh, my God. I never grew a beard.
You never grew brains either.
Well, I tell you, menopause was wonderful for me.
Just standing up as free Americans and exercising our right to say we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore.
I'm out of spit. Can I go now?
20 envelopes and you're ready to quit. Blanche, we joined the Friends of Sea Mammals for a reason. You are so unmotivated.
Well, Phil tried to keep them a secret, but I knew he was spending his Thursday nights with them.
Oh, I know it's hard, but try not to hate them, my dear. They're just lonely creatures who were reaching out to another person for a little warmth.
These are the guys from Phil's poker game.
What's the matter? You don't watch General Hospital? This place is a passion pit.
Any flowers for me today?
No.
Are you sure? The name's Leonard.
I know your name. You ask me every day if I have flowers for you.
We're spending a lot of time talking about jokes and how funny the series was and still is. But what really distinguished our cast and our writing, as much as the jokes and being funny.
But the process. Oh, Becky, honey, I think you are headed for trouble going off by yourself like this. No man is going to want to marry you with a baby.
Blanche, there are a lot of people who are single parents, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, look at me.
I think I'd continue seeing him. Blanche Devereaux has never shared a man.
Or a pizza.
And what does that mean, you wrinkled old crow?
It means Fidel is interested in more than just a cheap thrill. He also wants a mind.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll see about that.
You're on, baby.
Olga Nielsen is a terrific bowler. They could beat us.
There is no us, Rose. I am not bowling with you.
Oh, Dorothy, I don't ask many favors of you, but I'm asking one now. I'm begging, please, as a friend, be my partner. Blanche is...
Tea, Sophia.
How about a shot of gin with a beer back?
That was dumb of me to have tea this late. Now I'll go to sleep and have to get up to go.
Yeah, and wake me up. You know, if you didn't drink before bedtime, you wouldn't have to wake up in the middle of the night.
I don't drink before bedtime. I still...
Lives into enemies, jealousy. Huh, I ought to know. You see, I was a devastatingly beautiful child. Pink cheeks, cute little button nose, red ruby lips, adorable little ringlet curl.
I was the tallest baby in the history of New York and had a rash on my head till I was...
Probably try holding hands first.
Blanche has a point. Finally. Oh, honey, if he doesn't want to go away with you, then you'll know how he feels.
I'll get that. That's probably Ernie. Oh, I can't do it. I can't ask him to go away with me. I've never learned how to be aggressive.
Thank you, Rose.
You're more than welcome, Blanche. You can always count on me to hand you the toffee.
I know. That's why I always ask you.
You know, I think I saw Jack and Janet give Chrissy this treatment on an episode of Three's Company.
Oh, at last a reference from Dorothy that even we illiterates can understand.
I guess her well of knowledge.
Hey, I know this show is for charity, but that's the smallest dressing room I've ever had in my life.
Oh, my God, you're really Mr. Bob Hope.
We only fly over empty fields in Kentucky where fat guys in overalls named Cooley have just run out of gas.
I think we ought to call the authorities.
Rose, there is no such thing as a UFO.
They were probably looking for someone to bring up to the ship.
Fine. Now you stay out here, flag them down.
How do I look?
Oh, is today your audit?
Yes. He should be here any minute.
Blanche, how are you going to explain that outfit?
The zipper's in the back.
What are you two doing up?
It's not important. Go back to bed.
Ma, it's 5:30 in the morning. It's a little early to be selling lunch.
We wanted to get the best corner before Johnny No Thumbs shows up with his lunch wagon.
Johnny No Thumbs?
Well, actually, he has several fingers missing from each hand. I just hate the idea of wasting time. I always have, ever since what happened to my neighbor in St. Olaf.
Rose, are you about to educate us on the evils of wasting time by telling a long, tedious St. Olaf story?
Do you know a better way?
And Dorothy Zbornak, a substitute teacher. All right, our first category is English history. Shared command with Cromwell in victory at Naseby.
Who is Baron Fairfax?
That is correct.
Terrible, Angela. Does that mean you're all alone back in Sicily?
No, I have a goat.
No, it's really a shame you and Ma don't live closer to each other.
Dorothy is right. How many years do we have left? 20, 30? We should live in the same town.
You want to come back to that little village in Sicily?
Please.
Have our happiness where we can get it.
That's the same attitude that broke up Debbie and Eddie. Eddie and Liz, Liz and Dick, Martin and Lewis, Rowan and Martin.
Shut up. Hello? Hello, Glenn.
Hang up on that.
Get out of here. But Dorothy, he's
A little early, yes, but we're delighted to see him.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Rose. You're looking lovely this evening.
Oh, wait a minute. Rose Nyland, you dead.
Nobody believes me. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm really crazy.
Oh, Dorothy, you are not crazy. I mean, you are absolutely not crazy. I've seen the way you walk. I've seen how wiped out you get. You're not crazy, honey. You're
About this, I told you he was younger. Yes, but you sure didn't tell me he was white. No daughter of mine is marrying some skinny white boy.
Sleeping arrangements? What in hell am I going to do about the sleeping arrangements?
Well, honey, why can't you sleep on the couch and give Clayton and Doug your room?
Are you crazy? What will the neighbors think if they see two men in my bedroom? They'll think it's Tuesday.
Sophia, did you come to bail us out?
No, Rose. She's dropping off a manicotti with a file in it.
Oh, girls, we're going to get to see Mr. Burt Reynolds. After all, I thought these beautiful tickets were all going to go to waste.
So, which one of you isn't going?
Well,
I'm affections. From now on, it's strictly physical.
Well, I've never been fond of Rocco, but it's obvious that he really cares about my mother.
Or up with one of my discards, Henry Barnes. He's reasonably good looking. He drives a new Buick Riviera, and I heard he just opened a third dry cleaning store in Boca Raton.
Blanche, where are you going?
I'm gonna go call Henry. I have nothing to do tonight.
What about Rose?
Oh, tell her to call Bud Needham.
Who is Bud Needham?
He just took Henry's place in my discard pile. I've just never known how to turn him off. You tell him, Dorothy.
I would, Blanche, but remember, we just want to turn him off, not drain the sex drive completely out of him.
You know, I've always found Fernando.
That's not Fernando.
Well, what do you mean that's not Fernando? How could you tell?
All you have to do is look in his eyes.
Or at the price tag stuck to his back.
Oops. Thanks for trying, Blanche. It's not to talk to.
Gotta go.
Rose, honey, come over here and sit down a minute. Now, Dorothy and I have both been noticing how down you've been lately, and we're very concerned.
Oh, it's my work at the hospital. I know, I'm the one who volunteered. But it's not easy.
Ma, you know, this is how Imelda Marcus got started with that shoe thing. Now, Ma, what is going on?
I don't know, it makes me feel good. In a strange way, shopping there makes you feel immortal.
I don't follow.
Let's say you buy 20 cases of sardines.
This better be...
This from a woman who wears more padding on her chest than Johnny Bench.
Good morning. I can't take time for breakfast. I'm late. See you later.
Rose, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh. Sorry, Mama.
Rose, it's me.
And always chicken out.
I know, Blanche. I mean, she'd be upset, but not for long. And just think how it would help you two in the long run.
But how do I keep from chickening out?
By telling her. Tonight, while you've still got your dander up. I'm sorry. The street. You know, Sam and Edna's daughter.
That's a girl?
Woof! Dorothy, what are you doing up?
Her banging woke me.
What are you talking
The
about?
toilet seat, Ma. 4 women live in this house. The toilet seat never has to move. You always manage to make it bang. Hope is not your father. He has no idea who you are, and he's not about to come anywhere near this place.
That's not true. He's here in Miami. It's right in today's paper.
Well, she's right. He is in a golf tournament here.
Apology accepted.
Rose, what the hell are you? Check the bedrooms.
Can I show the kid Blanche's room while we're waiting?
Nah. Let him be surprised.
Oh, my God! Dorothy! Gloria! Stan!
Hey, deja vu, huh, babe?
There. He's not picking you up? What kind of guy doesn't pick up his date?
Oh, no, we just decided to meet at L'Auberge. It's no big deal.
Oh, wait just a minute. This whole thing is a trick, isn't it? You're just trying to make us think you're going out with Dr. Kagan.
I am not lying. You're just jealous about the fact that I have a date on a Saturday night.
I wonder why it is people don't like to hire older women.
Probably makes them feel uncomfortable. You know, they feel like they're bossing their mothers around. Ma, stop that! It's understandable. Girls.
Can you imagine being the one to put your mother in jail?
It was just a theory.
Follow that lady to Guilt City.
Now, stop it. Now, stop it. Look, nobody's to blame for this.
She's rationalizing.
Look, instead of pointing fingers, I thought we were going to try to find a way out of this.
Well,
Now, I have my education exam tomorrow morning.
You mean you're kicking us out?
Rose, I have to study.
That's my Dorothy. Always with her nose in a book. Unlike your brother Phil, who was always with his nose in the dirty clothes hamper.
I cannot believe you would be so cold-blooded as to cast out your two dearest friends. Hi, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
What's the matter, honey? Something wrong?
Yes. No. Well, I guess yes and no.
Honey, what is it?
I found out this morning I'm going to be a mother again.
Rose, we've been over this 100
in years.
Honey, you know, anybody would feel out of her league in a room full of college professors. You should have a home field advantage. Why don't you invite them over here?
Dorothy's right. We can create the illusion that you're interested.
Your good behavior badges. Come on now, you all know you use both fingers for the sunshine salute. Oh.
So glad those little heathens finally left.
What, you two are seeing each other?
You know, for years, my father's been telling me to see a psychiatrist. I couldn't understand why. And then a couple of weeks ago, it dawned on me. He probably meant socially. Oh, it's wonderful. They really listen.
She really talks.
Messages.
Oh, thank you.
If you have to go out tomorrow, ask those crybabies not to call during the young and the restless.
Mr. Viner's depressed. Mrs. Gibson's despondent. Mr. Duvalier's been deported. Somebody to bowl with? You want somebody to bowl with? I need somebody to bowl with. Please. Just say yes and nobody will get hurt.
Oh, all right.
Unless we don't win. Oh, here's Miles. Excuse me. Hello, honey. Come on in here. We can talk.
Excuse me, who's Miles?
Her boyfriend.
She's a boyfriend? Shoot. Every time I meet a smart girl, she's already taken.
Wait a minute. You think we could sneak into Rose's room, put on some of her hayseed dresses, then do imitations of her?
No, not the three of us. I mean Janet and Sarah and I.
Oh, the three of you. I don't care.
You're no help at all, Sophia. Dorothy, do you have any ideas?
Well, you know, my idea of a good time.
Oh, God.
The most energetic, alive person I ever knew.
At the center, Dorothy, we teach acceptance. In life, there are some things that are inevitable, and you just have to accept them.
She is right, Dorothy. I know because I've been there myself.
You killed your best friend too, Blanche? Sorry, Dorothy.
I remember I was a
Letter.
Good idea, Pussycat. I'm going to write one to Mario Lanza.
Oh, I would like you all to meet Stevie. I'm going to be coaching him. He's a professional baseball player.
Oh, you got Blanche's number from the wall in the dugout?
Yes, ma'am. And it sure was right.
Hi, Ernie.
Oh, Rose, I'm really sorry. I'm on my way to the office. There's been a small emergency. Do you mind if we postpone our date?
Well, I was going to ask you
Now, look,
if
I'd like to make this up to you. I've been thinking, how about we go away this weekend? I know it's sudden, but...
And Dad. Don't forget Dad.
I'm going down to that newspaper this minute. Not only am I going to get Chugga fired, if I hurry, I can get him to print a retraction in this afternoon's edition. 68.
And Dad.
What are people gonna think?
They'll think it's time to elect a new town.
Very inspirational. Now we have to stop those penny savers. Come on, let's go see if we can get your hair greased back and find you a flannel shirt.
Oh, great party, Sophia. But where's the... Then it sure can't be you.
Oh, this is ridiculous. There's only one way to settle this. Where is Laszlo?
There he is.
Laszlo, let me be the first to tell you what a simply stunning piece of art this is.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Now, who the hell is it?
You mean it's not obvious?
Well, not to them.
Ma, what are you doing?
Merrill called. He's coming over. I'm hiding all our valuables.
Why?
Why? You think the man went to prison for free coveralls and some male bonding?
Bed hopper. Don't hang up on him. That man cares for you. Hop. Go with your feelings.
Glenn, I thought I told you I don't want to talk to you.
That's right. If he wants to talk or hop, let him do it with his wife.
Don't deny your passion. It's unnatural.
Look, Glenn, you are making this...
What is it?
I want to talk about us. Rose, even though we've only been dating for a short period of time, I feel that our relationship is starting to get serious.
I feel the same way.
I want you to know I care for you a lot, but there's a problem we cannot continue to ignore. Rose, in order for a relationship...
Honey, are you all right?
I'll be fine.
Is this about Arnie?
No, Blanche. She's upset because they keep changing the taste of Coke.
Oh, how you gonna do it? Force me to eat your baked ziti?
Take that back.
I will not.
May the hair on your lip grow in the opposite direction and get tangled in the hair coming down from your nose.
May you take a diuretic and not be able to get your pantyhose off.
Hey, what's going on?
Maybe just this once. We'd like...
We thought we'd like to go out for French food. How does that sound to you?
They eat snails. Why pay good money for something you can scrape off your shoes?
Well, of course, if you'd rather not come, we understand.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll find something on the menu. I just enjoy being out with you guys. Come on.
Every time we had a fight, toward the end, our place looked like Easter in Rotterdam.
It's good to see that you're not bitter.
Everybody, I'd like you to meet my future son-in-law. This is Dennis, the gorgeous doctor.
Dennis, I'd like you to meet my best friends. This is Rose.
Hello, Rose.
Damn.
What'd you say, Blanche?
Yum, I said yum.
Rose, is this another one of those Scandinavian Viking concoctions?
Yes. It's called Gnurkenflirten cake.
How do I look?
Oh, is today your audit?
Yes. He should be here any minute.
Blanche, how are you going to explain that outfit?
The zipper's in the back.
If you don't mind, Al, I'd like to write that one down.
Oh, just sit down.
I'd like to ask you about your next-door neighbors, the McDowells.
They're not who you think they are.
You mean we invited the wrong people to dinner?
In a manner of speaking, you see, your next-door neighbor...
Hit it.
Try to adapt to it. Rest when you need to, eat well, eliminate stress if you can. Right now, there is no cure and no one thing that relieves symptoms in everyone. Right now, I'm afraid you'll just have to live with it.
Oh, why didn't they tell me, all those doctors I saw?
I'm sure some of them weren't familiar with it. And the ones who have heard about it sometimes have...
Why, he should have won the Oscar for Deliverance, not to mention starting over. That Academy's just jealous. I mean, you put Mr. Sir Laurence Olivier in Cannonball Run, see what he can do. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia, but the answer's no.
Fine, break an old lady's heart. If you need me, I'll be out back with the rest.
What's that smell?
I don't smell anything.
Are you wearing something?
A little Bengay on my knees. A little Vicks on my chest. A little deep heat on my neck.
What the hell is that?
Oh, we just got a pledge for $20.
Oh, let's go to the talk board. Drum roll.
Darling, didn't I ever teach you anything? No true lady ever tells her age.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
It's true. Charlie was the only lover I ever had, and my first time was on our wedding night.
Get out of here.
Oh, back off, Blanche. Not all of us are classified by the Navy as a friendly port.
Pawn Shop, St. Olaf's leading shepherd and notary, came to speak. Oh, it was so moving when he talked about his solitary existence with the sheep. No human contact for months at a time. Oh, just building a special relationship with God's simple...
We're canceled.
So what are you up to tonight, Holly?
Oh, nothing, just a quiet evening at home.
Dorothy!
This isn't an ordinary hockey stick. Bobby Hull used this. This is a piece of history.
It's a piece of junk, and the price tag says $4.
$4.50.
I'll take it.
Okay, but listen, before you go, come into the house with me. I'll show you the kind of wood oil that I use.
And I am sorry about embarrassing you and your friends. But that doesn't change the fact that I slept with Michael.
Oh, honey, I so wanted your first time to be special.
It was, Mom. 4 years.
Or nude body.
Nude? The statue's gonna be nude?
What did you think? He'd put it in a rain poncho and a fireman's hat?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Dorothy, can you believe it? 10 grand for this piece of junk.
Okay, let's see. You said 8 years ago, Spring? That starts right here. I'm going to prove to you I am not a sexually indiscriminate person.
Well, her name isn't Bed.
Wait a minute. It says right there, you slept with a traveling salesman.
In fairness, it says that on her license.
Slammer, if I hadn't faked that heart attack.
My life will be ruined if this ever gets home to St. Olaf.
What'll they do, Rose? Revoke your ice fishing license? Take back your helmet with the horns? I mean, I'm the injured party. Obviously, I'm destined to never see Frank Sinatra face to face. Tickle the ivories, Rose.
Gucci.
Rose, play or die. Miami is nice, so I'll say it twice. Miami is... His wife left him.
And you believed him? That is the oldest line in the book. I hear that at least twice a week.
And it works every time.
I said it was old. I didn't say it doesn't work.
Believe me, Chrissy left him. He was devastated. Next thing I knew, I was holding him. He was crying. We were in bed.
Publish a novel.
I think it's all right with Blanche if you stay here. You can have my room. I'll sleep with Ma.
Oh, good. At least now when I wake up in the middle of the night screaming, I'll have a reason.
I'd like to talk in private.
Why are we in the dream in the first place if she's throwing us out?
Jonathan, I'm just not sure I can go through with this.
Rose, I know this may not be the perfect relationship, but I care for you very, very much. If you feel the same way about me, we can look any problem, big or small.
Oh, I do.
That you wanted to see me about.
Not now, Dorothy. Finish your thought, Blanche.
Into the kitchen, Stanley.
Well, I'll just send one of them home. Only which one? You know, Sophia, I used to have this recurring dream about twins. They always killed each other over me. Maybe I'll drive. Right now with some very big name celebrities to be our MC.
Like who?
Well,
Great news! We've got Bob Hope for our MC!
Nice work, Dorothy. Meeting adjourned.
see you soon again.
You know, I can never tell when you ladies are kidding.
Out!
Good one.
Stan, I want you gone before the president gets here.
Come on, Dorothy. I'm a big fan. Maybe he'd like to meet me. Almost voted for him. I would have if I could have registered. You know those things go straight to the IRS?
So could I.
Every animal on the farm. I never learned how to make friends.
You never learned how to keep friends. You never thought of anybody but yourself. It's about time you stopped looking around for other people to blame. This is your problem. Oh, I always used to feel so guilty for not getting along.
He's acting as though Dreyfus isn't even his name.
Of course Dreyfus is his name, right, Dreyfus? Dreyfus! Come on. Maybe we'll swing by the pet shop on the way home. What's short, wrinkly, and sticks out of my shoes?
You.
No, my toes. It's that time of year. Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Well, you've crapped out. I am not taking you.
Dorothy, please. The little piggy that goes wee, wee, wee doesn't have a nail on it anymore.
No way.
But
Rose, Vero Beach.
Joe, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. You're ripping the pages out of that book. Why, somebody should take a hickory switch to your behind.
Blanche, come on now, calm down, calm down. Let me show you how a professional teacher deals with this. It's been a long time. Yeah, well, you know, after 2 years, I figured you weren't coming back. Now, I'll tell you, the reason I'm calling you, Kate is getting married. Yes, married. Yes, in a few days. And I'm giving her a little wedding here in Miami, and I wanted to invite you. Can you come?
Nobody reported any lost glasses. Not lost, stolen. I want cops on this. Big, burly, steroid-crazed cops.
Sophia!
Oh, fine. Get one for Blanche, too. Throw it on my tab.
That must make you feel proud.
Well, now that's what Sergeant Delfino said. Why, you must feel proud knowing that by having come forth as you have possibly saved other Ulsters from a similar ripoff. Call me an Ulster. I called him a pig.
I love Chinese checkers much better than plain checkers. And chopsticks, what a great idea. Who knows what fork to use at a dinner party? Chopsticks, you don't feel like an idiot.
Ma, enough!
Dr. Chang, please.
Well, I think that you are sick. I think you have something.
Well, yeah, you can fake it. I have a good doctor friend who will back you up.
I'm appalled, shocked, disgusted. How much money are we talking about?
A couple of 100,000 at least.
A couple of 100,000?
Oh, I just never had a mind for that.
Oh, me neither. I never had a mind for money matters. I always used to let Stanley handle all our investments.
Did he have a head for numbers?
Stanley? The man used to have to get naked to count to 21.
We rushed right over.
Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Here's Santa with toys for all the good boys and girls. Ho, ho, ho! Have you all been good boys and girls?
Yeah!
Ah! Ho, ho, ho!
You know what, ladies? What do you say we take a rain check on the poetry reading?
I'd say no dice. Doesn't rain check mean we'd have to come back?
When she kids you like that, it means she likes you.
Well, I do have a few papers to grade, and I could use the time. So here.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Dorothy.
Milton.
Pleased to meet you, Milton. All right, Blanche, what are you doing?
Just trying to make myself even more attractive. Pointless, isn't it?
I mean, what are you doing with Doug? He is here with me.
Well, I know that. I'm the one who set it up in the first place, Dorothy. By the way, he said some very nice things about you.
I said you were going to do this.
It is later the same day.
Hello? Oh, hi, Abby. I guess I owe you a little apology. You do?
Well, yeah, I'll be right over. Finally, the women took matters in their own hands. They dragged her to the outskirts of town, threw her on the ground, and asked her, why? Why would you do such a thing?
What did she say?
What else is there to do in this godforsaken village?
Ma, what does this have to do with Lucy?
Not a thing. It's the only
Think you two could stop hitting my little girl with a newspaper?
We'll
try. Look, you'll have to excuse us. Rose, maybe you can help. We're searching the whole hospital. We can't find my mother.
Maybe she's lost.
Dorothy, how could you do this? I thought you were my friend.
I am, Rose. I am. It just happened so fast. They were pushing me out there, and before I knew it, I was singing them the Mr. Terrific theme song. I'm sorry, Rose. I mean, I didn't intend for this to happen.
Well, I think you better explain that to Mr. Terrific, too. He thinks you stole his job.
I promise, Rose. Hi, Ma.
What the hell are you doing home?
Ma, let's not get all mushy.
You chickened out, didn't you?
No, we went, or at least we started to. Halfway there, we ran. And he's saying, yikes. Oh, here, honey, this is for you.
I'm afraid to open it. What if it's from Myra?
Oh, come on, Rose.
Well, what if it's got a deadly black spider in it that's gonna leap out and bite me the minute I open it?
And Angela, where did you get this chicken?
The garage.
I guess this means no live entertainment with dessert.
Ma, forget it. The dog is all yours.
Oh, come on.
Why is there a big hairy beast in my house?
My guess is because he bought you dinner.
Well, Blanche, I gotta run.
Oh, well, thank
Side load is not being welcome. I will never, ever take you shopping with me again.
Fine. I'll shop at the mall by myself. Then I'll be able to pee when I'm good and ready.
Dorothy, you found a dress for the banquet. Oh, you just a...
£2. He's our best player. If Billy doesn't play, the team can't win.
Rose, rules were made for people like Billy. Little bodies don't like it when big bodies fall on them.
Which is why Raymond Burr never married. I love Chinese checkers much better than plain checkers. And chopsticks, what a great idea. Who knows what fork to use at a dinner party? Chopsticks, you don't feel like an idiot.
Ma, enough!
Dr. Chang, please.
Well, I think that you are sick. I think you have something.
Buried him.
I mean, what did you do the next day when you had to start putting your life together?
I couldn't do it. I'd been a housewife for 32 years. I totally depended on Charlie.
Yeah, but the point is, eventually you did what you had to do. You took care of yourself.
Good. And in keeping with that spirit, I sold you to the Sultan of Fatah.
Ma.
What? You're a substitute teacher. It'll be just like the king and I.
Ma, why do you do this?
I want you to be happy.
I am happy. Look, Ma, I know that you think there's something missing from my life, but there isn't.
Something terrible has happened.
Gee, and everything was going so well up until now.
Look at these programs. Bob Hope's name is still on them.
How did that happen? Who's in charge of the programs?
I forgot.
Oh.
I guess I figured he was going to come.
We have to make an announcement and refund everybody's money.
Oh, and I guess now's as good a time as any.
We're going to look our best.
Don't worry, ladies. After Eduardo does a woman's hair, the years melt away. She is transformed into a breathtaking, sensuous, vivacious goddess of beauty. I tried to get all that on the side, but they charge by the letter. Perhaps we should begin by...
So, I tear up my priest application, ask Philomena to marry me, and we'll live the next 72 years in a wedded bliss.
Well, why did you keep it a secret all these years?
I was afraid that my family's gonna turn on me. They find out that I broke a promise to.
You're a slut.
Oh, come on, honey. Slut is a little harsh. I mean, Blanche isn't that bad.
Oh, my God! I can barely walk.
Although slut does have a documentary feel to it.
You.
Dorothy, you're gonna send me to an early...
Fine, Mrs. Petrillo.
100%?
100%.
Tip-top?
Tip-top.
Then, Mr. 100% tip-top, why the hell does she feel like hell?
Look, Ma...
Wait, I gotta hear this.
It could be functional.
Functional?
Mental.
Mental? Well, let me tell you something, Mr. What?
I mean, there are no holes in it.
I know.
That's because they're all in your head. Now listen, I cannot live in a house with a gun.
Dorothy, don't overreact. Rose, good. You get a gun, you kill him.
Kill him, we'll have a dead gardener. Now listen, Rose, this has gone too far.
Than she does about people.
Dorothy, you have a right to have your own friends, but sometimes it takes a good friend to point out your mistakes. And I think you're making one with Barbara.
How dare you make judgments like that? And how dare you tell me who my friend should be?
I don't know.
Honey, I don't understand. If you and the kids hit it off, then what's the problem?
Well, I hardly ever see Richard. Today was the third time this week he's had a last-minute meeting, and I had to spend the day with the kids.
He's a busy man.
Too busy. Even little Richard came up to me and said, "Now, don't worry, this happens all the time."
You're telling me Al is dead?
Yes.
A heart attack is crazy. He was a runner. He couldn't have a heart attack. I'm talking, so it can't be true. You know what I mean? If I keep talking, it isn't true. All I have to do is...
Ahoy, girls! Welcome aboard!
You must be so excited.
Oh, I sure am. Listen, grab some champagne. Okay. I want to find Al. I haven't seen him since I came on board. I want to say thanks.
Ooh, I love champagne.
Oh, me too. The only problem is after a few glasses, I'll kiss any man in sight.
Here we are, Sophia, the perfect after-dinner treat. A nice dish of Jell-O.
I hate Jell-O. If God wanted peaches suspended in midair, he would have filled them with helium. What? Beat it, Rose.
Who was the first after Stan?
The divorce lawyer.
How did you know?
It's always the divorce lawyer.
Oh, it was a terrible time for me. You know, I'd gone on an eating binge when Stan left, and I'd put on quite a bit of weight. Plus, I was not a 20-year-old. You know, when you're 20, no...
Diet Cocoa, I'm going out again tomorrow.
Oh, hi, Dorothy. How was the funeral?
It was a humdinger, Blanche. We closed the place.
Where's Sophia?
She's taking this pretty hard. I guess she needs a couple...
What can I say about Philip Petrillo? He was special. Very special. Yeah, a man doesn't get any more special than this.
When we sat down to our meal, Nick ordered a whiskey neat and a shrimp cocktail, which was positively uncanny because Miles always began his meal with a whiskey neat and a shrimp cocktail.
You haven't had much experience with the uncanny, have you, Rose?
Oh, Rose, I thought I heard your voice. How old do you think you are, mister? It's time for lights out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Fine. I can't trust you anymore, and if I can't trust you, then we can't be friends. The relationship is over. Goodbye. got out in the hall and I missed you guys already. Please, let's be friends. Oh.
Good morning, Maria.
Good morning, Mrs. Petrillo. Did you have trouble sleeping?
No, why?
Well, last night I woke up and you were sitting on a chair in my room.
Oh, yeah. Well, where I used to live, the bathroom was across the hall.
I cannot believe her father could be so mean.
Not half as mean as his dog, Samson. Did I ever tell you what that dog did to my friend Ida Silverman?
No, what?
He ate her. Gobbled her up without a trace, support hose and all.
No, Ida's daughter told me she moved to Fort Lauderdale. Better if you talk to her.
All right, I'll talk to her, but I can't promise anything else.
I once wrote some letters to my nanny.
We know, Rose. She ate them.
Come on. Give me a minute. I'll think of something.
I'd love you to meet my roommates. Unfortunately, they're not home right now. I'll talk to you later, darling. Well, this has been very difficult for me, but I want you to know I forgive you.
I don't need your forgiveness. I mean, I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. Blanche, your father and I were in love. We didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Now, in another time and place, we would have been married. But at that time in the South...
Together. Save us and you won't have bad dreams. Clap, you miserable.
Come on, honey, let's get it over with.
What about their bad dreams?
Let's go, come on.
Fine, but I just want you all to know there are monsters living under all your beds.
Rose, what was your first impression of me?
I thought you wore too much makeup and were a slut. I was wrong. You don't wear too much makeup. Cry. I'm gonna laugh instead.
Well, now, to be honest, it is a little difficult for me. I mean, everything happened so fast. My God, you and Lucas probably haven't even slept together yet.
Blanche, don't be ridiculous. I mean, I know...
A big bonus at work.
Ah.
And guess what I've decided to do with it?
What?
I'm gonna have my breasts enlarged.
You're not serious, Blanche.
Oh, sure I am. Breasts are back in fashion. And what God has always been a man there to catch it.
Oh. Blanche, you're being ridiculous. You are as attractive and desirable as you always were. But a lot of men can be frightened by that. They don't know if they can handle that much woman. So every once in a while, this will happen. Now, Blanche, it takes a...
Fine. See ya.
Well, Dorothy, what are we gonna do now?
I don't know. This is such a mess.
Well, seems to me we have two choices. One, we can beg Ernie's forgiveness, or two, we can find another contractor.
Or three, the Sicilian method. Torch the garage, collect the insurance, and build a summer house.
Oh, forget it. I don't know what you were trying to accomplish, Blanche, but it didn't work. It didn't work at all. Goodbye.
Wait, Jerry, wait, there's been a mistake. I had no idea what kind of place this was, I swear.
Miss Devereaux, nice to see you again.
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't believe in plastic surgery. I think it's unnatural.
This from a woman who bragged she slept with a pig until she was 11.
I think if it makes you feel better, to look better, there's nothing wrong with it.
Then I guess it's just that looking good isn't that important to me.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about, Rose? You wear makeup. Ma, how dare you?
How dare I what? I was trying to help.
Ma, can you get it through your head that I do not need your help? Now, please, Ma, get off my back.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't you raise your voice to your mother.
And stop smothering me and give me some space!
Spake?
Are we gonna play or do you want to forfeit?
No way. No, Dorothy Zbornak doesn't know the meaning of the word forfeit.
And she's a teacher, too. No wonder the Japanese are ahead of us.
I'm gonna kill you, Trudy.
Oh, things I could help you with. Should I go on this mission is out of my area of expertise. Who do you think I am, Oliver North?
Ma, you're not making this any easier.
All right, then. If you think it'll help you land this Al character, you should do it.
Al? Who said anything about landing Al? What, do you think I'd risk my life for Al?
What they did then was, since the grave was still open, and everybody was right there, and Gustav and Bergstrom had been partners, so they put Bergstrom in with Gustav and had a double burial. Unfortunately, later they...
Sure did.
Where did it go wrong, Dorothy?
Oh, who knows? These things happen.
Oh, I remember. I wasn't happy at home under the sheets. Dorothy, you're hurting.
What do you think so far?
Well, I'm glad I wasn't there. TV does put 10 pounds on you.
I'm here beneath the information table with Bill Peterson and his similarly profiled bulldog Churchill. It's amazing. That bulldog could be your brother. But I guess you get that a lot.
Actually...
Nothing, just a little spaghetti sauce I threw together.
Oh, come on. This is your special 14-hour sauce. What's the occasion?
Nothing.
Oh, come on. You haven't made this sauce since Uncle Dominic married off that daughter of his. You know, the one who looks like Tony Bennett? Now tell me, what's going on?
I told you, nothing.
Who's Guido Spirelli?
Guido Spirelli was my first husband in Sicily. It was an arranged marriage I had annulled. I left him a broken man. And I vowed one day I would make amends.
You know, Sophia, finding this list was a sign. You must make things right with that man. Now go to your room and write him a long letter.
And a pinch of red pepper.
That's not a pinch.
Did you ever get pinched by an Italian? It takes about 5 minutes.
Hi.
What are you doing up? You have school tomorrow.
Oh, I'm just too smart for my own good. I feel as trapped and... Blanche, I want to thank you. I am really having a good time.
You know, Dorothy, there's a thin line between having a good time and becoming an obvious wanton slut. I know, my toe's been on that line.
Sophia?
Leave the door open.
Yes, Mrs. Cleaver.
Hi, girls. Gee, what's my diary doing here? Next to a pair of pliers.
I think I'll watch TV in my room.
Before you go, call this number.
What is it?
A phone number. I met him at the supermarket. He asked me to squeeze a melon for him. He's missing a few fingers, but everything else seemed to be intact.
Cabs, one for Blanche and me, and one for you, because you're making me crazy with all your questions.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a little worried about traveling out of the country. You know, with all the problems in the Middle East.
Rose, we're going to an island in the Caribbean. Our biggest worry is getting strap marks. Come on now.
Believe it. There's a married dead man in my bed.
Serves him right.
Ma.
He lied to her.
I don't know why they do that. Don't they know we'll sleep with him anyway?
Well, what am I going to do? I can't tell her husband died in my bed.
Tell her you want to turn on the... Good night.
Ma, I am not gay. I just wanted to get your reaction.
I'll tell you the truth, Dorothy. If one of my kids was gay, I wouldn't love him one bit less. I would wish him all the happiness in the world.
It's because you're the greatest mother in the world.
Her own little secret.
That and the dent in Blanche's car.
Gotcha.
You are such a liar.
What?
Neither one of them is your best friend. Admit it. I'm your best friend.
You're right. I was talking about you, Ma.
You threw me out of your crummy club. I'll start working on it just as soon as I finish with the invitations for you-know-who's wedding.
Look, Rose, I would rather not talk about Ma's wedding.
Dorothy, don't you think it's time you gave her your blessing? We've hired a caterer. We've ordered the flowers. The invitations are being sent out.
Blanche, how
Would you do me a favor?
Oh, of course, Uncle Angelo. Anything.
I want you to sleep with this man.
Forget it.
Please, I'm begging you as a man of the cloth.
Now I know how Jessica Hahn must have felt.
And she still hasn't worn your sweatshirt.
Thank you. I called the diocese like you told me, Dorothy. The Pope will be here any minute to pick up the ring.
The Pope's coming here?
But they always died.
I see what you mean. They needed their freedom.
No, they needed their air. I always forgot to punch holes in the lid. The point is, it's the same with all magical moments. You can't capture them forever, no matter what Kodak tells you.
So what you're saying, Ma, is that...
How do you know?
Because it runs in the family.
Well, I guess I'll be going too. You know, Dorothy, out on a lanai out there, it was like old times. You and me, a team, united, partners. Felt pretty good, didn't it?
Sophia, really fantastic.
I know.
Did you see that Emma Jane eat?
Oh.
I could not believe my eyes. That woman must weigh 275 pounds. She never stopped shoving it in. And then she had to talk the entire time. She just sprayed food out all over the table like a mist. For God's sake, somebody say something.
Big help.
Dorothy, what about you? You're always the sensible one around here, the free modern thinker who keeps up with the times. Now, what do you think?
Does not want us to say a word about this to anyone until we hear from him again. Not a word. Is that understood?
Yes.
I thought I heard voices in here. What you girls doing?
Oh, nothing. We're just sitting talking. Only she's much older. I think. What do you think, Dorothy?
Whoa.
I'm just getting so excited about Big Daddy's wedding. Hello there. I'm Blanche Devereaux.
Yes, Blanche, this is, I'd like you to meet, say hello to Big...
Nice try, Dorothy. Rose, you taste it.
Rose, don't! That tea was for my mommy.
You try to do right by your kids.